Hey, well, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be doing my review on the Finalmouse Ultralight X, or ULX for short. And I'm gonna give you guys my review on this mouse. And I have at least, this is my third one as well, if you guys are wondering. But not in this colorway. I've used the Batch 2 original, I've used the ASU edition, and this is the Sakura, which is the colorway that released before the Frost Lord edition. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and now let's get right into it. So this mouse released, the first one I believe was late 2022 or it's late 2023. I think one of those two. And the reason why there's a lot of hype around this mouse is mainly because the weight and the ULX released right after the Starlight 12 Last Legend. And this mouse is made of carbon fiber. But there's a lot of types of carbon fiber. But I'm not sure which carbon fiber it's made of. Let me know down in the comments. And whenever I got the Batch 2 version of the original Phantom colorway, it was in medium size, by the way, and it was good, but my unit did have a lot of problems with bottom flexing, and switches were still using on 20Ms, the same ones that were on the last Legend, which a lot of people were okay because they're like very light, but a lot of people still not like them either way. And whenever the Pro Series Tarek released, it had changed the switches to Huano Blue Shell Pink Dots, which are on this one as well, my ASU edition as well. But the ASU edition and the Tarek edition had like discoloration problems, mainly on the clicks. So that's what kind of stopped me from using my ASU edition. Then they released the ULX Raw Competition, which had solid size like this one, which was a good change because honestly I've gotten bored of the holes in like I just got whenever I use like their Starlight 1210s, right, the holes that bother me, but whenever with the ULX they did start to bother me. Maybe it's because of the materials and the coating are different. That's probably one reason. But whenever I got the Sakura edition, and it's much more comfortable on the sides now. So yeah, I'm actually happy there's some holes in the sides now. And whenever the Raw Competition released, they went to a UV matte coating instead of the coating on the Pro Series. And I believe the original ones didn't have a coating because it was like silvery, and they were really like the original coating on the original ULX. And the scroll wheel was just very loud on the original ones, but with the competition and the prophecy units, the Sakura and the Frost Lord, it's much more quiet. So like, side buttons are the same size as every other Finalmouse I've used. Use USB-C. The software is actually pretty good as well. X panel, you can change everything on this mouse pretty much without downloading the software, but you can still download X panel if you want to as an application on your computer instead of using the web browser. But personally, I think the web browser is much better. And also, the sensor is using a 3395 sensor. I'm not sure why Finalmouse didn't use 3950, but the 3395 is still pretty good. I honestly don't really notice the difference. And what else is there? So I know, if you guys remember, a lot of people are like the disc to the back of the mouse starting to flex. My original one didn't have a lot of flexing. My ASU edition, which I have here, if I can, let me put this down. has, SCC has much more flexing right here than my Sakura edition. Let me show you guys. Sorry, I don't. Sorry about that. But as you see, I'm like putting a lot of pressure on it. I mean, it does flex, but not as much as the Asu edition. And also, what else is there? The skates are actually pretty good. They're the same as the Starlight 12s, and I believe the Ultralight 2 Cape Town had the same kind of skates as well. So I guess they used the same skates when the Cape Town released. That mouse released like back in 2019. Geez, that's almost in 7 years since that mouse released. And it's crazy to say that they've been using, I think, the same skates for almost 7 years. They're actually pretty good as well. And there's no DPI button. There's only your on-off switch right there. And I know there's been a lot of criticism about the clicks where like some units have been grinding, but personally my unit does not have that. And there's no side flexing. And my unit actually has very solid flexing. I'm putting a bunch of pressure and I can't even get the side buttons to even actuate. But there is some bot flexing, but honestly, who's going to be flexing your mouse when you're playing, right? And also, I'll do a sound test of the buttons as well, so here we go. And here is my AC edition, which sounds different too. So you can definitely tell that scroll does sound way louder. Which is a good change because honestly, I just couldn't stand the noise of the original scroll it'll sound. But I know a lot of people don't like scroll because the way it feels and whatever. And what else there to talk about? So the battery life is actually really good as well. And I did remember a lot of people hated that the battery cables were like, you can see the battery cables through the holes, which I know which some people were bothered by, but honestly I really didn't care, to be honest. Like, why are you gonna be looking at your battery cables in the first place? I mean, and I know a lot of people are kind of getting annoyed by the engravings on M1, M2, like I saw as well. But personally, since I got my original one, I'm actually surprised that they didn't rub against my fingers, which is kind of insane. And what else is there? So this mouse does have 8,000 Hz polling rates, and this receiver is actually pretty cool. It does show your battery life, or you can just have it off, or it's just a single color as well. And what's it talking about? And if you want to get this mouse, it is gonna be a lot of money. It's just buy one is eBay, which, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, but the retail price of this Sakura, which changed from $109 to $175, have fun trying to find on eBay because there's only like 10,000 of these, I believe, and yeah. So the only way you can now get one of these is through eBay because Finalmouse does not make this mouse anymore. Even if they're gonna say it's gonna be in continuous production. So I really don't know, but it's still a really good mouse. I mean, it does have really nice clicks. The shape is actually pretty good as well. I mean, I have used the Ultralight 2 and the Ninja Air 50 in the past as well. And this is also the large size, which is a little bit smaller than the Air 58 as well. But I think this is the best shape to me, at least, because my hands are large. So I mean, the air video was alright, but the shape of the air video was just too big. But this a little bit smaller, large size is actually really comfortable. It's not as like large as their video, which I do like. So yeah, and you do have a little competition logo right there, and the secure thing right there. And I think that's it's. Actually, one more thing is that the issue edition only what does it say? So I'm not if I'm not never mind, actually can't tell. I was gonna say something, but I don't know. I just thought I thought never mind, but well, that's it, pretty much. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.